Okay, traders, welcome back. This is only going to be a very short little video. Okay, basically what I want to show you is how to use the Garn box in order to measure the volume of buyers versus sellers in a candlestick. Okay, so in the manipulation point strategy guide, you'll see that one of the things I use there is a Garn box. Okay, so I'll just pull up my toolbar here. Garn box is this square looking thing with loads of squares inside it, right? And I'll just draw one here and we'll open the settings. So the settings I've got here are 0, 1 and 0.333, which is basically measuring a third versus 2/3, okay? Now, the way that I would use this to measure is I want the candle confirmation, right? So I want the candle confirmation to close, if we're bearish, okay, to close in its lower 1/3 and vice versa if we're looking for buys, okay? So if I mark out the very top of this candle here and the very bottom of this candle, wick to wick, okay, and then we zoom in, okay, now you'll notice that the whole candle from wick to wick and the whole of the body is closing in its lower 1/3, okay? So if you split this up into numerical value, imagine there's 900 people or 9 billion people, whatever, 900 people in this candlestick who are fighting against buying and selling, okay? So buyers want to buy, sellers want to sell, okay? One of them is going to come out on top. So 600 people, if you split it into thirds, 600 people are selling, but only 300 people are buying, okay? So who's got the upper hand, the sellers or the buyers? Okay, well, it's very clear that the sellers are winning, okay? You've got a bearish close here followed by another bearish close which doesn't close in its lower 1/3 if we measure it. Oops. If we measure this candle, it doesn't close in its lower 1/3. So but you can see that they're gaining momentum, right? Once we move down to the next candle, okay, we've now got even more sellers introduced. So it's an hour and a half, 3 30-minute candles, all of which are trying to sell into the market. They're trying to overcome the buyers basically and push price down the other way. Now in terms of entering, again we can follow the wicks, okay? Following the wicks gives you more confidence that the higher highs and the lower lows are going to follow through, sorry. And then we're going to be looking for 2 to 1, okay? And if there's enough momentum and if there's enough sellers, then we're going to get 2 to 1. And look at that, we don't even have one upwards facing candle. All right, now the alternative, okay, which I talk about in the GFX manipulation point strategy guide, is that you can get a better price if you're very confident. You can actually get a better price using the Garn box by placing your order. Let's just move that out of the way. So if you place in your order on this line here, you're confident that price is going to pull back and then move down. I would personally watch for this wick and make sure that it doesn't pass this wick, and then maybe order as it starts coming down. But in terms of, you know, using the 30-minute entry style, you're not usually many pips out. So we're looking at like 2.7, maybe 2.8 pips difference. So call it 3 pips for argument's sake. 3 pips is nothing, okay? You got more confirmation if you follow the wicks and follow the highs and lows than you would entering here. It can be a little bit more risky entering on a pullback to get a better price, but it works. You can also just put your stop loss a little bit lower if you want, because we're following the wicks down. Yeah, you can place your stop loss a bit lower if you like, but I would go above the high. That's the safest place, because if you're going to be wrong, you want to be wrong, okay? And again, just aim for 2R. You don't need to aim for anything more, anything less. With a 2R win rate, and you've only got to win 50% of your trades to be profitable long term. So that's how I measure, and that's why I use it, because basically you want to know if there's 900 people, 9 billion people, you want to know whether the sellers or the buyers in control. Well, this is a very good way of measuring a candle, just to confirm that it is the sellers that are in control, or the buyers, obviously, if you're looking to go long. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Any questions, hit me up in the chat room.